Sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
So, always trying to ice skate uphill.
School's in session. I'm Mr. Guzman. Welcome to the classroom. Today we're going to be talking about the Midnight Sons. Who are the Midnight Sons? Well, let me tell you. The Midnight Sons deal with a lot of supernatural and mystic things. They deal with Blackheart, Lilith, Mephisto, all these kind of supernatural things. Vampires, of course. You got Blade in there, right? Let's see who's the team that's going to handle all of the threats the Avengers don't do when the light goes out. I think we need to start with someone that Marvel's been trying to get into the MCU for a while now, hasn't been very successful. Sometimes they're the de facto leader of this group in the comics, even though there's not really always a leader. But if so, this is the one. His name is Blade. Yes, Blade. Why did we never get another Blade?
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
If you don't know about this guy, they call him the Daywalker because his mother got bit by a vampire when she was pregnant. So when he was born, he was a different kind of vampire. He's a vampire that can go in sunlight. He doesn't really like vampires though. He's one of the biggest vampire hunters since Van Helsing. He has a sweet blade because he's called Blade. You know, Blade makes sense. He's called Blade. And he has all the same things like a vampire. Super speed, strength. His whole mission is taking out vampires, taking out Dracula, taking out these supernatural threats. So who better to jump into Marvel and give us kind of a horror-esque kind of team that we can take out some of these bad guys. And because he's half-half, kind of hapa as we say in Hawaii, he is part vampire, part human. So what a better person to bridge the gap between monsters and heroes. The next one we're going to pick, one of my favorites, and I know Method Man from Wu-Tang loves this guy too.
Fire transform into the Ghost Rider.
He is basically Hell's Enforcer, the spirit of vengeance, Ghost Rider. For this Ghost Rider, I'm going to go the original man, Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. I pledge allegiance to the hip hop.
I know Danny Ketch and some of the other guys were involved in Midnight Sons as well in the comics, but I think we haven't introduced them in the MCU properly yet, so let's bring the original guy. Let's bring Johnny Blaze, the one that made Ghost Rider the most famous. He has this thing he can do called the penance stare, so he can basically stare deep into your soul, and you can feel all the pain of all the people you might have wronged along the way. So if you're a bad guy and he does that, then man, you're feeling some craziness, right? If you're a good guy, it's not going to do much for you, because if you don't do anything bad, you're not going to feel penance if you don't need a penance. We could do a really cool Ghost Rider. We've seen some cool ones before. Nicolas Cage looked pretty cool. The one, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. looked pretty cool. But think about today, man. This is 2026. We can make this happen and it could be a really cool thing. Another guy that probably could have his own movie, but why not do a team up? Let's team up these guys and let's make that Skrilla. He basically gives a moral judgment to all these villains and monsters and demons. This one is an avatar of a god. He's an occult investigator. He goes by many names and many personalities, but I always call him Moon Knight. Sometimes he's Mark Spector. Sometimes he's Steven. Sometimes he's Jake. But he's always awesome, no matter who's wearing the suit. From the god of Khonshu. If you don't know about Moon Knight, the god Khonshu, Egyptian god, kind of looks like a big skeleton bird guy. He's his avatar, so basically he has the powers given to him from this god Khonshu. So when he gets his suit comes upon his body, he gets super skills, he has super strength, he can heal fast, and he has some really cool like Batarang looking things, but they're like moons and stuff. And I gotta say, Moon Knight has one of the best ever costumes coming upon your body. Some say Venom, some say Stark Nanotech. I say Moon Knight. Check it out. He already is attached to an ancient deity, so he understands that mystical, supernatural kind of thing. He has experience with cults, gods, and all this stuff, so he's a perfect addition to the team. This stuff's not gonna phase him. He has mental resilience because he's already battling every day, even when he doesn't wear the suit. And this is one that was introduced in a great special on Disney Plus for the MCU. This guy is named Werewolf by Night. His name's really Jack. I call him the cursed powerhouse of the group. He's a guy that actually knows how to battle monsters because he is a monster. He doesn't really want to be this monster. He doesn't like doing this kind of stuff, but he is very skilled at what he does when he does go after monsters, and he uses his powers for the good. So hopefully, maybe he's a little bit of, what they call that, a little bit of redemption maybe he's looking for. That's just my thought. And, we're going to talk about the next person pretty soon, and they're a team up already, so let's see them in this group. He's also an emotional core of the team. If you have seen Werewolf by Night, when he's speaking with Elsa, speaking with the other guy that I'm about to talk about, he's very kind, and he's very thoughtful, and he's a very loyal friend as well. He's not in it for the normal stuff. Like, he's not trying to kill monsters for the sake of killing monsters. He's trying to do it to help out the people he loves. When he turns into that werewolf, though, man, watch out. Get out of his way. You ain't stopping him. And this one, human, but an elite monster hunter. Her dad was basically a Van Helsing of his day, if you know who that is. And she's amazing, too. And her name is Elsa Bloodstone. She was raised to hunt supernatural threats. That's what she did. And in Werewolf by Night, she was coming back home to get that Bloodstone thing. Watch it, you'll find out if she got it. She's a tactical weapon-based fighter, and she grounds the team because she gives them that human element, and so they don't forget the stakes of being a normal human being. Again, the Bloodstone line in the comics is a long line of monster and demon hunters, and she was one of the best. So let's get her on the team, and let's help her out at getting some of these monsters taken out. So the next one I was talking about a little earlier, friend to Jack the Werewolf by Night, we call him Man-Thing. Man-Thing was that really big-looking, swamp kind of looking guy in the Werewolf by Night. He protects the gateways between realities. He's kind of like a nexus kind of portal kind of guy that is a lot more than just a big swamp thing looking guy.
Ted, you have a lovely name.
He's near invulnerable, and he has this cosmic horror presence because he has the reality thing, plus he's kind of a monster in a way. He's really the protector of the gateways between realities. He has a way to block out those threats from even entering our reality in the first place. And how he got his powers was kind of crazy. What happened was he was trying to experiment on himself to recreate the super soldier serum, the stuff that gave Steve Rogers his power. And he somehow got into an accident, fell into a swamp, had that stuff in his body, and instead of turning into a Captain America, very pristine looking person, turned into this thing, this man thing. Kind of gross looking, right? But he turns out he's a really nice guy.
Thanks, Ted.
And this person next was teased in the movie Eternals. In the post-credits scene, they also teased this guy named Blade, but Blade was asking this guy, "Are you ready for this?" as he was looking at an enchanted blade.
Sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
And that guy is the Black Knight, Dane Whitman. The Black Knight is kind of a cursed warrior. He has that amazing ebony blade. Well, when he has that blade, it kind of takes over your mind a little bit, kind of like the 10 rings for Shang-Chi's dad. So he comes from a long line of Whitmans that were all Black Knights at different times because of this ebony blade. The reason he wasn't using it yet in Eternals is he knows there's a cost to it. If he uses that, he's going to be a little bit of his soul and a little bit of himself turning a little bit on the negative side. Him and Blade are already on a mission, man, and maybe they need these other guys to team up with. And so Dane Whitman really symbolizes the cost of power. What does it mean to do some good even at your own expense? For me, the final member of this core team is the Sorcerer Supreme in the MCU. Currently, that is my man, Wong.
Is that everyone?
What you wanted more?
In the comics, it was usually Doctor Strange who was the one who was the sorcerer that was helping the team out, he's doing his thing and everything, right? But in this one, in the MCU, I've been seeing Wong used a lot more as far as building people together, like the post-credits of Shang-Chi, like his role in She-Hulk and things of this nature. So I think he's going to be that kind of guy to bring everyone together because he can get the portal magic going. Maybe he can work with Man-Thing to help that out too. And honestly, as Hollywood, man, I think Benedict Cumberbatch is probably a little bit more busy than my man from Hawaii who plays Wong. He's Benedict too. So again, he is the Sorcerer Supreme right now because when we had the blip, he took over for Doctor Strange, and he's still the guy. He has deep knowledge of magic, whether forbidden or not. So he knows what's going on, everything from the Darkhold all the way to the Book of Ashanti, right? The positive to the negative. And he's the kind of guy you need to keep everyone organized and, most importantly, alive. In addition to Wong's magical powers, he's also a great singer if you like the Eagles. That's my picks who I feel should be in the Midnight Sons. Let me know in the comments if you think there should be a Midnight Sons. And if so, who is your team? Who are the ones you think should be in this movie if they make it? And I will see you next period.
Alright, I'ma set it. Nobody in the world can test my rapping style. I'ma do a demonstration. So turn your head and watch me